So here's the gist. It was 10 o'clock at night, couldn't sleep, and my brain was running with ideas. Just boom, one popped in my head. Let's make a coffee cup. But not some ordinary coffee cup. Let's make a coffee cup that has a handle that's a rock climbing hold. So what did I do? Not design the coffee cup, not prototype it. No, I first went to Walmart and bought a coffee cup. And once I acquired it, now I've got something I can take measurements off of. It's not this coffee cup, of course, because I didn't want a 3D printed coffee cup, because that gets a little problematic when you're coming to put hot liquids in it and drinking it. So I opted for a metal coffee cup, got from Walmart, 13 bucks, boom, done. And now all I have to do is just take some measurements. Take my dial caliper, take it out. This is a dial caliper, by the way. Take a top measurement, bottom measurement, boom, I got my part. And you see, the whole reason for this process, this project in fact, is that I wanted to test my ability. I wanted to challenge myself to do something. I started this project 4 days before I'd be driving up to Rapid City. And that gives me 4 days to start from nothing to a fully 3D printed and designed product. So that's one deadline. The other challenge was that I was just going to skip the prototyping phase completely. You know, the handy pen and paper? Well, forget about that. I am past that. I'm just going to design it on the computer, design it right. Boom. Don't need paper. I can just skip straight through to the final product. So what did I do? I started, open up Inventor. Before I started opening up Inventor, I got some ideas. I went, did a quick search on the internet, and it's not loading. Oh, there it is. Boom. I opened up the internet, looked up what a rock climbing hold mug would look like, and took some inspiration. You see they got the pinch handle, but it's a mug, and the handle's plastic. So if I wanted to wash this in my dishwasher, the first thing I realized is, oh, I don't want a plastic handle that is permanently affixed to the mug, because then I have the problem of, is the plastic going to last when I put it in a dishwasher? So instead, I need to come up with a design that makes it so that plastic part is removable, and a mug could still be dishwasher safe. So that's where Inventor came in handy. Opened up Inventor, started a sketch, boom, and boom, I had my bottom holder. So this would fit around the bottom of the mug, and there's some few features, some design features that weren't immediately apparent. One, this would be printed out of TPU. It would fit around the bottom sleeve, right here, and secured to it. And two, it would have a screw hold, and that screw hold would go attached to the plastic hold that I'd later design. And three, I added these little window or divot frames in the plastic part that would allow me to insert an image of some sort, or a design that would fit between a top ring up here and a bottom ring down here. So once I got the bottom ring, top ring, it's just the same thing. And then, yeah, it's just a little bigger, So took one print, printed it, fit it, and that was that. And so, unfortunately, I did not record myself modeling these parts because I didn't think about recording in the first place. I was just intent on designing it. But within a few hours, I had that designed and that already queued on my printer. And so I could move on to the next design. And that next one is a climbing hold. All right, so I got those TPU holds done. This is what it looked like. This is the original, very first one I printed. It was a little big, so I had to shrink it because the TPU, I wanted it to fit really snug, and this one just barely fit. Like it worked, but it could slide around, so I shrunk it. And then I did the same thing to the bottom one, because this is the top. This is at the top of the mug. So here's a example mug, not the one I used, but slide onto the top. I had the bottom one as well. And that was that prototype. Got that done in 6 hours. I also got the climbing hole designed in Blender in that time as well. Just did it while this guy was printing, and I forgot to record that. I didn't plan on making this a video until halfway through the project, or I guess 6 hours in. So I started recording midway through, and so I already had designed Blender, and now all I had to do is import it into Autodesk Inventor. And unfortunately, that's a little tricky. What that involved a lot of Inventor crashing. It involved a lot of pain and effort to try and get it into Inventor, because I made it in Blender, but Blender's not good at dimensions, so I put it into Inventor to fix that. And once I had it there, I could then print that part. But it was taking a while to load, so I started working on other systems while doing that. And one of those was the graphic. I'd be putting a graphic into the cup. I'd be putting a graphic that kind of fits on the front. You can see this is an example cup. But so what that required me to do, I just found a graphic on the internet and imported it into Inventor and traced it. After a lot of tracing, I now had something I could 3D print, so put it in my slicer. Now I'm on to hour 20, where I was just put it in, sliced it, get it printed, and I just let it sit there for the night. So this is me prepping my printer. Got the filaments loaded. Cued the print. And then by the morning, I had that print done. It was awesome. And so I also wanted to finish the climbing hold and get that 3D printed. So got the screw holes designed, got that designed. And yeah, and that was done. That was ready to 3D print. Put in my 3D printer and let that go. So by hour 24, I had a full assembly. And I could start assembling everything together for the first prototype. I wanted to see if it works. It does. But if you look from here, it doesn't wrap to fit. It just doesn't wrap to fit the my TPU sleeve. It doesn't do it on either side. So it kind of has that gnarly gap, which is fine, but what annoys me is that it wiggles. Like, I can take it and wiggle the cup. I'm like, shouldn't do that. And also, I kind of like the gap underneath, but it's not aesthetically pleasing. I want to close that gap so it hits the surface, so it looks nicer. Unfortunately, because that first climbing hold prototype did not work, I had to redesign it. And I actually went through 3 iterations. The second one, I went from this, making it flat like I just said, to making it fit the TPU molds and have that curvature. And in fact, that didn't even work. So I went through a third prototype where I changed this from being flat to then curved so it would fit the shape. And that's the final product you'll see shortly. And now for the grand reveal. And here's the prototype iterations. There's the first iteration of the TPU sleeve, the first iteration of the rock climbing hold, followed by the second iteration that fit the TPU mold and was flat. And then here's the first iteration of that rock climbing graphic. And all this brought me the final product. You got the graphic where the rock climber's up front, and then the rock climbing hold that now form fits the cup, form fits the TPU. It works great. So what's awesome about this cup is you can grip it many different ways. That one is a great pinch hold, not super hard, should be easy for anyone. If you have large hands that can stretch pretty far, you can grab the top and the bottom. You can grab that pinch. It's a rock. You can grab it as many ways as you want to. Anyways, this is just something fun I thought I'd give a friend. I got this done well within the time frame. I actually had something like 24 hours left, so the whole day early. That's good. But yeah. So I guess I really did engineer it. If you like this, be sure to subscribe. I'll do more engineering stuff along the way. It'll be interspersed along the outdoor adventures, but just enjoy.